Hey guys, welcome to another Scruffy the Gamer game review. We are actually going to be talking about a game that I have been wanting to revisit actually since I got rid of it a while back. I finally found it again, decided to play through it. I have never been able to beat this game. It was back then I found it challenging and pretty much gave up on it. That was kind of my MO when I was playing games back in the day. I decided to go through it, beat it this time, and boy, was I glad I did. It is an amazing game, very fun. It does have some issues with it, but it is a great game. The game, of course, I'm talking about is Hellboy and the Science of Evil. This game is a lot of fun. If you aren't familiar with Hellboy, the movie's really good, the comics are really good, and the game itself is really good. I don't know, I think they made one for the Switch just recently, but I have been unable to get a copy of that. Now, for this one, The Science of Evil. I will say that the story was very, very good. I enjoyed it. You're literally trying to stop a bunch of Nazis from raising ancient evil, as one Nazi does, and you just you play as Hellboy, and just a fun character. It brings a sense of humor to the game. You also have to deal with a witch, her little pigman minions, which are a lot of fun. Ripping those guys' heads off and then throwing them at her is just a blast. They do introduce the Nazis from different locations, different time periods. You go to Japan, you go to a European city. I believe that's where the witch fight is. You go to Panama, I believe. There's a city or there's like a castle in either Britain or something like that. And again, just a lot of fun. The enemies are challenging, but not overly hard. It is essentially hack and slash, but instead you're using rock fist and Samaritan, which is the name of his gun. And in truth, that part of it, the use of the Samaritan, is kind of where my dislike or the one flaw I saw in the game came from. One of the biggest things that I found very frustrating is that it was very hard to aim the thing, and reloading took forever. So you could reload, see another enemy, go to shoot that one, but it would they'd get probably 20 steps in before it took a chance for him to reload the gun, and then you fire again. The different parts of the bullets I actually really liked, but I found the ammo and all that for the gun to be very sparse and hard to find. And then when you did find it, it was giving you ones that you didn't actually want, or it was always, once you got used to the fire bullet or the time bullet or the, I believe it was a crystal bullet, which you need later on, it was almost like they gave you everything except for that. So, yes, it was challenging. Yes, it was fun, but I found the use of the Samaritan to be a very frustrating endeavor. The other thing is the camera work. You would be going forward, running away from a big bad guy, and then all of a sudden, because you went too far in one direction, it would actually twist on you, so you would end up walking into a wall. The bad guy would catch up with you, and you would end up getting hurt. So the camera work wasn't very good. You couldn't do a full 360 and look in that direction. So let's say they wanted you to stay on this side, but there was an enemy behind you. if you turned around and tried to aim, it would only show you this half of the screen, but it would not show you behind you. The only way you actually know the villain was there was he was actually hitting you. And then I found a few glitches in the game where it's like the enemy, there's one enemy, especially I believe the last bad guy, he had this beam weapon. And he would get down on all fours and charge up his beam weapon and shoot it at you. Sometimes that was very rapid. Sometimes it was very slow. Sometimes he wouldn't even get it on all fours to do it. He would just spontaneously do it. And it didn't follow a pattern. Normally there's a pattern to a bad guy. It didn't follow the pattern and gave you very little warning to defeating him. And then I found that the sound... once you did a certain move would actually like resonate at 20 speed, and it would actually take away the enjoyment of the game. So there was some flaws. The camera work, the use of the Samaritan, I found very frustrating. One of the things that I also saw is if you were shooting at a bad guy in front of you, you would have aim assist. Now I don't know if you could turn this off, but it would be aim assist, and it would take you to the nearest small bad guy. And if you're trying to hit the big bad guy when his mouth is open or something, as you are supposed to do, it would automatically revert. You'd waste a bullet and have to go scrounge for other ones. That was very, very frustrating. But I will say that a lot of the enemies were really fun, really enjoyable. They have frogmen, they have normal Nazis, they have zombie Nazis, they have shadow creatures, they had kind of like elemental demons. Those guys were pretty cool. You see those in a lot of Japan. And there was always things that you could pick up and throw, or pick up and beat someone with. And the only complaint I had about those, well, yes, I know why they did it. You really only got 3 shots, and if you accidentally hit an object that you could destroy, it would actually destroy that instead of hitting the enemy that you were wanting to hit, and that became quite frustrating as well. So, but I definitely recommend this game. Like I said, it was a lot of fun. If you love the Hellboy series, you're going to see little nods and little, like calling cards and stuff like that for different characters. There was reference to Lobster Johnson, the ape. I believe it is patient or subject number 4. He's from the comic books and all that. And there was references to like other stories in the Hellboy series that were quite enjoyable, and just, great to see these little references. If you're a Hellboy fan, you know which ones you're looking at. So, like I said, I recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun. Be prepared. There are some flaws, but most of the part, it's well worth your time, well worth your money, and it's not all that expensive. It's actually pretty cheap. I think I ended up picking mine up for like $3 or $4 at a thrift store or something like that, or maybe it was, yeah, I think it was a thrift store. I don't think this was an eBay one. No, a thrift store, I believe. So definitely worth picking up. Definitely worth having fun. Well, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of these reviews and see my main playlist, which is the Double Down Game Challenge. I'm currently on season 2. I think it's like episode 5 or 6. Yeah, the game collection is coming along, and I'm looking forward to seeing if I could double it down by the end of next year. So, have fun, guys. Keep on playing, keep on collecting, and keep on doing what you guys enjoy. Bye.